Okay, is today the day that I can get the last of the footage that I need? I certainly hope so. So I guess I'm gonna run this build that I compiled last night. And we'll see what we can do. I'm not sure if I think I'm just gonna start a new game. I feel like we got a lot of females this spawn. It just mirrors like the entire tribe female. Almost. It's funny. You gotta be fucking kidding me. It just crashed on me. What? Oh, you gotta be... Oh my god, right. I know what it is right away. Fuck. Because they're targeting something that doesn't have a mask. And we're looking up the mask. Most things do have a mask, but some that do not, and it leads me to believe I think I should probably just convert this into a function now. Okay. Okay. And then just replace all of those with this new function, which will just kind of handle that for us. Oh. So it's gonna look like this. Boom. All right. So it's just easier that way, right? It just checks whether it has a mask or not. I already did the same thing when doing that distance to object isometric, which is like, you know. I'm realizing it doesn't have an instance exists check to check that the target actually exists, which maybe it should. This one I'm actually passing in the, well, of course I am. I feel like I should reformat this while I'm here. Nice. I mean, the clue is in the name, face center target, right? It's not face center of like whatever object I pass into this function. It still kind of feels like I should probably be checking that it exists. Boom. Alright, and of course, this is why you gotta test. I keep releasing these untested builds and they're always broken. Ah, it's a good job nobody actually plays the game, isn't it? Okay. It occurs to me it might be easier for me to just run the game in test mode at this point, instead of having to place everything in the beginning. So I'm planning my vacation. I'm planning planning my vacation. A vacation into the world of Quake. So I dug out this old GPU so that I'm gonna install the GPU in this PC so I can hook it up to this CRT and do like custom refresh rate to get really high refresh rate, and then I can like play Quake on the CRT with a really high refresh rate, and that'll be my vacation, playing some CPMA, I think. Just, yeah, I kind of got that. I just want to get into a game, you know, and I'm kind of feeling a bit of an FPS vibe recently. And I'm feeling multiplayer. I don't think I want to do Quake speedrunning right now. I think I want to play some, like, multiplayer. So, yeah, that's my plan. Got my little DVI to VGA converter ready to go. Alright, I'm actually going to test the build this time. I'm pretty sure we're fine now, but what I'll do is I'll just run in test mode and I'll crank the timescale for a few seconds and just make sure it doesn't crash on me at least before I actually release this. Unfortunately, it's not the best GPU, but it's probably still good enough, and I just don't have the money to be buying GPUs or anything right now. I don't afford new clothes, and my clothes are disintegrating. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What? I got the same... Human create line 345. What are they... Did I accidentally put it in a state where they don't have a target or something? The line numbers are not always accurate. 345. Drink from stream. What are they targeting if they're not targeting the stream? Stream definitely has a sprite. It's the same one. Even though I did this. What have I done? Target.x. Sprite X offset. Sprite width. Oh shit. I fucked up. I was checking if the humans have a mask or the controller has a mask, which obviously it does. Oh boy. Okay. Alright, what do they say? Third time's the charm. Here we go. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. And honestly, the setup here is like absolutely insane now. I realized, because I was going to have the XP rig and the Windows 98 rig hooked up to the Vision Master Pro, because it has two inputs and I can do source select. But I'm going to keep the XP rig hooked up to my main screen here. Main screen turn on. I'm piloting some sort of spaceship. Got the XP rig hooked up to my main screen, and then I'll have the second GPU in the main rig hooked up to the Vision Master as well as the Windows 98 rig. And then I actually have 3 different keyboard and mice as well. I think I do. No, I unplugged. I normally do. I unplugged the mouse. It's down there to use with the laptop recently. But I have 3 separate keyboards and mice for all 3 machines, and it's all hooked up and ready to go at a moment's notice. And that's like the most important thing, is that I can power up the XP rig, I can power up the 98 rig, I can play modern games on here, I can play retro games on the CRT from the modern machine with super high refresh rates, or I can play the Windows 98 rig on the CRT. Like it's perfect. It's actually going to be really fun to like take some time off and do some gaming. Mainly, I'm just going to play Quake. That's as usual. That's kind of my jam. But yeah. It's just super important to have everything like hooked up and ready to go, you know. Otherwise, you just don't do it. You're like, oh, I want to play a game, but I have to like plug in the computer or like swap a monitor or like get a different keyboard and mouse, and then you just don't do it because it's too much effort. Everything needs to be like, holy shit, what was that? Everything needs to just be ready. Alright, so I should be able to run this without crashing now. I really hope so. Yeah, it looks good. Okay. Finally. My frame rate is terrible right now. What is going on with my frame rate, dude? And we crashed again. What is that? Oh, this is that fucking This is the frickin' infinite number again. Something's happening which is creating an infinite number which is crashing the game because it can't handle infinite numbers, obviously. We just don't have the technology to compute infinity, unsurprisingly. Yeah, I have no idea, like, because I mean, if I could recreate this, in virtual machine, then I'd actually get like a proper error message, right? I might be able to understand it a bit better, but I don't know if it really makes much difference. I think generally people have just said, like, GameMaker doesn't do proper reporting for this stuff. I need to stop recording. I've been recording this whole time. I have no footage from yesterday because yesterday was a disaster in terms of capturing footage. But I did fix some bugs and do some other good stuff, so it's not all bad. Hey, Irish. Exactly. Yeah. I think I want to get into CPMA. I've just been getting the itch recently. Oh. Oh, this is a freeze. That's a straight up freeze, son. Oh my god, it just like fully crashed out, no error message. Is that an infinite number again? That's really not good. I don't even know what happened. What? Oh, nice. I'm not on that Discord. Can you invite me? So, is my game completely broken? Probably. Yeah, probably. Oh, God. It wouldn't, like, you know, it just wouldn't be complete if I didn't come up against every possible, like, thing that's wrong with GameMaker. So now I'm running into somehow thank you. Somehow I'm generating an infinite number somewhere and crashing the fucking game. I'm in. I'm in. Welcome. Must complete steps before I can talk. Do that in a sec. Just wanted to try and crash my game again. It's like, it's rare. It doesn't happen often. Generally, you can play the game just fine. But then it generates an infinite number somehow and explodes occasionally. And I don't exactly want to release a game that does that. Man. English only, be kind and respectful. No politics, religion, social issues. Stay on topic, keep it safe for work, don't spam messages or abuse. See, I need to, because I'm setting up a new Discord for the game. I need like a proper rules thing like this. Maybe no self-promotion. Got it. Okay. My avatar is so funny. I don't know, it's probably the stupidest avatar I've ever had. Okay, nice. Every Tuesday. Okay. Random day, but okay. It's just another Tuesday. Another Frag Tuesday. A fraggin' great Tuesday. Well, it's not crashing this time. It just happens sometimes. I don't know what is going on. I don't even get an error message when I'm running in virtual machine, assuming it was the same thing, that it just like crashes to desktop. Oh boy. It says it's something to do with the on multiple systems. Yeah, I'm not even doing multiple systems. It's just whether I'm compiling it with virtual machine or whether I'm using a YYC, which like converts it into C or C++, maybe it's just C. It's happening on both, but I only get an error message in YYC. Normally you don't get error messages or good error messages in YYC. You only really get proper error messages in virtual machine, because then it's actually using GML, not C. So like the debugger actually works. This time, assuming it was the same thing that made it crash, I just crashed the desktop in virtual machine, but I actually get some kind of error message in YYC, just not a very good one. Let me run that YYC build that I just compiled again, see if I can replicate it. Because I'm pretty sure it's like something to do with it. It says it's something to do with the arrow object. I don't know what. Other than there's a negative infinite number somewhere, somehow. I don't know why. And it also says like object creator though, and that object is just literally the very first object at the beginning of the game that like starts creating all of the stuff to like make the game function at the very start. It has nothing to do with the gameplay. I don't even know why it's mentioning it. I'm probably not going to be able to replicate it now, am I? Thankfully it's rare, but also that makes it harder to replicate, and someone said, you know, if you're like multiplying by 0, or dividing by 0? Dividing by 0 just gives me 0. I don't know. It was one of those two. It can give you an infinite number or something. But I don't think I'm doing that anywhere. I looked through the code that like assigns the arrow image angle and stuff, and couldn't really see anything that could do that. Oh, it sucks. Hopefully I'll be able to fix it eventually. It's just going to be one of those things that like I just have to kind of sit on it until something turns into a 0 that is then being divided. Yeah, there's something like when the arrow object gets created. Because we do like a bunch of weird stuff. Well, that's figuring out the speed, which is based on the angle. Oh, there's actually no division, there's multiplication in there. Yeah, but this is just like really simple. No, I don't see how that could... What if... Because there's the accuracy, which is a random swing of... What is that? 17... A random swing of 17 degrees. Modified by dex on top of that as well, actually. Whatever that is. And then that gets applied to the accuracy. So there's like to the direction. So there's like an accuracy offset on the direction. But this is just like, no, there's not really anything going on here, is there? Yes, accuracy can be negative, because it's between minus 8.5 degrees and 8.5 degrees. Because I want it to go either way. Is it something to do with, like, you can't have a negative image angle? Well, no, that's not... No, I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah, I know you can. I'm 99% certain you can. And that's not even the problem, is it? The problem is that somehow there's a negative infinite number. Where is that coming from? It says it's something to do with the bounds. It says like top, right, bottom, left are like negative infinity or something. I don't even know what that means. And I've looked online and it's like basically GameMaker doesn't have proper error reporting for this. So it doesn't even really tell you what's going on. It's just like, well, there's a negative infinite number somewhere. It's like, oh great, okay. What am I supposed to do with that information? And then I looked on the arrow code itself, the arrow object itself. Speed divided by time. No, that can't be. But it sounded more like it was. I don't know what these bounds are that it's talking about, actually. Oh. Oh. Wait a minute. Oh, I don't think when you do instance destroy, I don't think it actually gets destroyed until the end of the current event. What if I'm... Well, that's still referencing... Oh no, there, XY. What if I'm destroying it and then referencing it, or its coordinates or something? I always forget. Is it like destroyed immediately, or is it destroyed at the end of the current event? I could just try putting this in front of this, right? Or I could move this into the end step event as well. Destroy self. Oh my god, there's so many destroy selves in here. Well, I figure I should put this in front of anything that could destroy it just to be safe. Not that I know that that's the cause or anything. Image alpha. I don't know why I'm doing that. Why don't I just destroy it instead of setting image alpha to 0? Well, that's like the best I've got right now. I can just see if this error ever pops up again. Why do I still have these debug messages? Okay. I'm also trying to update the depth after potentially destroying it. Maybe don't do that. Oh, that's better than nothing, I guess. I really don't understand this. Check collision line upon passing target and deal damage. Why do I do this image alpha 0 and then destroy self? I'm almost certain that's completely redundant, right? This was written a really long time ago, so probably didn't have much understanding of what I was doing. There's something here, image alpha has to equal 1. Why? What does that mean? I can't see why that's necessary. But I'm still making more checks here, like even after it's potentially destroyed itself. So, well, the solution to that is to throw an exit in so that we end the current event, right? God, I'm still sick. Must be like going on 2 weeks now I've been sick. Someone told me it might be COVID. Okay, I agreed to the rules, but I don't see any channels still, so maybe I need, like, moderator approval or something first. Or do I have to react to this? I have to react. There we go, okay. Quake 3 Urban Jam is going on right now. The instance is not immediately removed from the game and will continue to perform the code contained in the current event. Only when the current event is over will it be removed from the game, so no, that's not a problem, I guess. So I don't need to worry about that. I don't know what it is. I'm going to try replicate it one more time. Okay, I got it. Attempting to set instance ID with object index 0 object arrow with invalid bound top infinite, bottom infinite, left negative infinite, right negative infinite. What does this mean? See, I don't know why it mentions, if we can see, no, we can't see the error in here. It mentions the creator object, which is this one that literally just exists at the start of the game, which is probably why it says object index 0, because this is the very first instance. Oh no, that's object index. Huh. I don't know what that means then. Attributes power cost, but this doesn't even exist anymore after you've exited the main menu. Likely during collision checking. Well, there is collision checking going on in the arrow. Collision line. Target. I'm checking that target exists and owner exists. Oh, I'm not doing it here. Oh, maybe because I'm doing a collision line with the owner, but it doesn't exist. The instance exists owner check is actually on the inside of this for some reason. Maybe that had something to do with it, actually. Quite possible, I would say. Because maybe it was referencing the... I don't know what it was doing. But maybe in this collision line check, if this owner object didn't exist, that was freaking it out. Because these coordinates would be... Well, you would think they would just be set to 0, 0 in that case. But... Okay. Well, that's... I feel like that's a pretty good change. Just need to push this to the repository now. That was a good catch. Whoa. Horse non grata, thanks for the sub, dude. Appreciate it. 2-month streak. Nice. Keep it up, baby. Let's go. Okay, I don't know if I should have posted that to the Discord, really. I think we might have found it. I think it might have been that. We're getting there. I've been saying that for several months now, but we are really close to having the build ready for the Steam playtest. I think I'm going to be uploading it next week. So look out for that. Going to be kicking off a new Discord server, launching the Steam playtest, revealing the name of the game along with the logo and the capsule art, and putting out a new video all kind of around the same time. It's going to be pretty sweet. Thank you very much and thank you again for the double congrats. And then I might actually take some time off and play some video games. I'm starting to go insane. It's getting to me. Okay, I'm trying, what I've been trying to do today and for the past several days is capture the rest of the footage that I need to make this video. Let me just push this to the repository. What did I do? I fixed something. I fixed the, was it face target? No, face center target function. And then attempted to fix arrow collision infinite number bug. We may have actually cracked the code there. I'm hoping that's what it was, because I really don't want to put out a game that crashes occasionally because it tries to just process an infinite number or something. Okay, let's get that pushed to the repository. I'm going to be starting a new YouTube channel and like all the new socials and stuff for the game to kind of separate it from my personal stuff so it can have a life of its own, really. Okay, so I should recompile it now. Should I crank the version number? I feel like maybe. I don't know. So I don't know if I'm actually going to do it for the playtest. The playtest might kind of just look like this build, but I'm thinking about adding mouse support to the main menu, because obviously people always try and click on stuff and you can't. And my other idea was, which was totally, I forget, who did this? In Grog's Discord, somebody was posting about their game. I can probably find their post recently here, and they had these really nice particle effects when the little dudes would chop down trees and like the leaves would fall off the trees. I thought about just stealing that idea and doing it for when the carpenters are chopping the trees, and we could do like every time they hit the tree a few leaves fall down, and we could do it when the tree hits the ground, some leaves like fly up in the air or something. It would be pretty nice. I can't find the post now. I would ideally like to credit this person for their inspiration, for inspiring me. I can't find it. I can't remember who it was. Okay, compiling. What about you, Force Non Grata? Are you making a game right now? I'm sorry if you've already told me, I've forgotten. I was just asking if you're making a game. Oh, yeah. Yep. I remember now. How's it going? Good. Glad to hear it. Oh, that's nice. Closed beta for another couple of months. Okay, cool. Alright. I'll do my best to remember that now, sorry. I forgot that you told me about that. Okay, let's do a quick stability test on this. Interviewing with a venture capitalist firm for their head of design gig. Okay. Building products they buy and transform. Okay. Best of luck with that. Hope you can manage with the hours and everything, okay, and get some, take care of yourself and everything. I know it can get pretty crazy. It's easy to just completely annihilate yourself in the process. Oh yeah, that's the problem. I mean, that's what I have experienced, is because I'm not working for someone else. I don't like clock in and clock out, so I can just keep working into the night, and oh boy, it's hard to switch off. You know, because it's like my brain can't really move on from a task until it's finished, or it's really hard. But when it's like a multi-year project, you have to. I mean, what am I going to not sleep for 3 years? That's not going to work. Yeah, I'm kind of right on the verge of getting ready to start pitching publishers and approaching different people for funding. That will be kind of the next major step, I guess. After the Steam playtest goes live. And maybe I should kind of like try and... What's going on with this? Oh my god, you gotta be freaking kidding me. I forgot to disable the debug thing that I was using yesterday. Honestly, it's a good job nobody plays this game, because the builds that I've been putting out recently have just been atrocious. They've just been so unstable and full of stuff like this. All right. Thanks. I appreciate it. Well, that's just my coder art, which will hopefully be replaced by somebody who knows what they're doing eventually. But I'm glad you're digging it. Few people have said they actually like it, so that's pretty good, I guess. I'm just gonna close up the window a bit. It's a lo-fi game. Yeah, lo-fi GodSIM. I was pretty happy with how the human sprites turned out. That's like my first attempt at doing some actual kind of art instead of just churning out a quick placeholder. Oh, for sure, for sure. Personally, I would like to see, I would like to see somebody like an experienced pixel artist try their hand at producing assets for the game. I think it could really enhance it a lot. It's exciting to have built like that strong foundation, and then with like a lick of paint and some nice sound effects and music and stuff, it could just go to a complete, like a whole other level, It's nice knowing that I've got like a pretty solid game in there at the core, It's really hard, I've noticed, to get people's attention if your game isn't like immediately eye-catching. I think people just bounce off of it generally. They're not going to stick around to like learn about the systems and stuff unless on Upwork. Okay, I don't really know that one. Okay. Yeah, that's probably going to be the plan. I mean, it's sort of going to depend, because some publishers will sometimes provide talent to a project, right? But others, it might just be funding, and then I have to go find people, so... Yeah. This looks like it could be a good resource. I have a few, I've seen a couple of, I say a few, literally two. I've seen a couple of pixel artists who I think might be a good fit, who I may consider approaching at the time. But it's good to have options. And I mean, the bigger the pool, the greater chance I have of finding someone who seems like the ideal fit for the project. I pretty much found that in Indiana Jonas, when I was looking for a capsule artist. And yeah, he honestly killed it with the capsule art, which is basically done now. He's going to do the logo next week. And then I'm good to go on that front. But unfortunately, I still can't launch the Steam page until I have a trailer and screenshots. And to have a trailer and screenshots, I need enough of the in-game art assets to be finished to make those. So I'm kind of blocked by that. And it's a bit of a shame, because like a play test can be a good way of getting extra wish lists, right? Or getting wish lists. So I'm sort of missing out on that opportunity. But I've still got the announcement, a demo, festivals, and like content creators and stuff to count on for building wish lists when we get to that stage. What am I doing? I can't remember what I was doing. I think I might have just compiled a build, did I? Indeed, indeed. What is this? Oh yeah, I just removed, okay. Disabled moose calves list. It's endlessly amusing that we have moose in the game. Alright, Force non grata, enjoy. Frickin' ads, man. I'm mad at my own stream for having ads. But hey, if you're subbed, you don't have to worry about it. I can't remember if I just compiled or not, so I'm compiling again. And then I'll know for sure that I'm good to go. Alright. Seems like I did, but hey, let's... Okay, quick stability test on this build. I'm sure it's probably, hopefully good. It would be really nice if we fixed that bug with the arrows. I remember when it used to automatically max out the timescale if you ran the game in test mode. That was a long time ago now. We used to have 16 times speed, but I had to reduce the max to 8 times speed because, what was that weird flickering all about? Why is it lagging so much? I think I've just absolutely balked my PC by compiling it so many times now. Oh my god, the frame rate is terrible. It might smooth out again in a minute here. If not, okay, well it seems to have improved a bit. I'm getting those lag spikes, so I'm probably going to have to restart stream. This is becoming a bit of an issue. I really need to get a new GPU, I just can't afford it right now. That would have been a pretty good opportunity to see the guards in action right there. Excuse me, if I wasn't frickin'... Holy shit. What was that all about? Why did the hunters not stop attacking this bear? I assume they saw it as an opportunity to just get some meat and fur. I think basically if they're in a hunting party, they will just continue shooting until it dies, even if it is trying to run away. Huh. That is unfortunate. Maybe we don't want it to work that way exactly, actually, because that bear, the reason it was aggressive is because it had cubs, right? And now they've killed it, and the cubs are probably going to die. They can't... It's possible that the cubs can be old enough that they can sort of survive on their own, but in this case, since we're so close to like the beginning of a new game, they're probably too young. Let's go through and adjust the behavior a little bit here for the hunters. And yeah, I'm actually gonna have to restart stream, because if I compile too many times, it just lags my PC out for some reason. Right. Right. So they will only stop attacking a fleeing target if they're not in a hunting party. Otherwise, they just see it as a hunting opportunity. I think my simplest option here is just to not do it that way and just kind of let them go. And that's it, basically just the removal of that one condition. Okay, I guess I'll compile one more time and then I'll restart my PC. And then hopefully we can get this footage. I think that 1060 back there might be the latest GPU that I have. It is. Pretty sure it is, yeah. Except for the AMD GPU, the 7 whatever it is that I'm running in the rig right now, which really sucks, and obviously I can't use NVENC or whatever it is to encode. It was a terrible, terrible decision. I don't know why. I was like, you know what? I've always bought AMD. I've always bought NVIDIA GPUs. Let me try an AMD GPU. Worst decision I ever made. Okay, there we go. So that will also help the animal populations survive a bit. That seems to have been kind of a little bit of a focus recently, is trying to get those frickin' animals to survive. Boom. Okay, there we go. Like, hopefully that build is somewhat more stable than my last attempts at releasing this build. Okay, gotta restart the PC. I'll be back in 1 sec, and then we can try capturing this footage again.